Have you ever been lied to by someone you love? Not just a small white lie, but a lie so big it changes everything. Today, we're diving into a story about Mark and Sarah. A story that asks a really tough question. What's more important in a relationship, feeling special or feeling safe? Mark and Sarah's story started like a movie. They met, they clicked, and the chemistry was undeniable. For Sarah, Mark was everything she thought she wanted. He was charming, spontaneous, and he made her feel like the only person in the world. He would plan surprise dates, write her little notes, and always knew exactly what to say to make her feel incredible. She was on a pedestal, and honestly, who wouldn't love that? Every moment with him felt like an adventure, a whirlwind romance she'd only read about in books. But slowly, cracks started to appear in this perfect picture. It started with small things. Mark would be late and have a wild, almost unbelievable story to explain why. A last-minute work crisis, a friend who desperately needed help, a series of unfortunate events that sounded more like a movie plot than real life. Sarah, caught up in the romance, brushed it off. He was just a busy, important guy, right? He was living a big life, and she was lucky to be a part of it. Then, the inconsistencies grew. He'd mention a business trip to Chicago, but a stray comment later would reveal he was actually somewhere else. He'd talk about a boys' night out. But then she'd see a picture on a friend's social media showing him at a fancy dinner she knew nothing about. Each time Sarah would question him, Mark had an answer. He was a master storyteller, weaving intricate explanations that were just plausible enough. He'd accuse her of not trusting him, of trying to control him, and then he'd turn on the charm, making her feel guilty for ever doubting him. He'd shower her with affection, tell her how special their connection was, and how no one else understood him like she did. And just like that, she'd be pulled back in, convinced she was the problem. This is a classic manipulation tactic. When someone makes you feel incredibly special, it can blind you to the red flags. You start to believe that this intense, unique connection is worth the confusion and the pain. You think, this is what passion feels like. But passion and chaos are two very different things. The constant highs and lows, the feeling of being on an emotional roller coaster, that's not love. It's instability. One evening, Sarah was waiting for Mark. They had dinner reservations for her birthday at a place she'd wanted to try for months. He was supposed to pick her up at 7. At 7:30, she texted him. No reply. At 8, she called. It went straight to voicemail. At 9, a sense of dread washed over her. All the little lies, all the inconsistencies, suddenly felt like a mountain crushing her. He finally texted her back close to midnight with a long, elaborate apology about a family emergency that was too personal to discuss. But this time, something was different. The magic was gone. The spell was broken. The feeling of being special was replaced by a cold, hard feeling of being a fool. She had spent her birthday alone, staring at her phone, waiting for a man who couldn't even give her the basic decency of a timely text. The pedestal he had put her on suddenly felt like a cage, isolating her from reality, from her own intuition. This was Sarah's turning point. She realized that for years, she had traded her peace of mind for moments of intensity. She had mistaken the anxiety of waiting for him, of deciphering his stories, for the excitement of a passionate relationship. He made her feel special, yes, but he never, ever made her feel safe. And that's the core of it. Feeling safe in a relationship isn't boring. It's the foundation. Safety is knowing the person you love will be there when they say they will. It's trusting that their words match their actions. It's being able to relax and be yourself, without constantly worrying or analyzing their behavior. Safety is knowing that your partner respects you enough to tell you the truth, even when it's difficult. It's a quiet confidence, not a loud, chaotic drama. Mark offered Sarah a fantasy. It was thrilling and addictive, but it was built on a foundation of lies. The special feeling he gave her was a tool to keep her hooked, to make her tolerate the unacceptable. When you're the special one, you're also the one who has to make special exceptions. To forgive the unforgivable, to wait by the phone. So, Sarah made a choice. She chose safety. She ended things with Mark. It was incredibly painful. She grieved the man she thought he was, the future she thought they had. He tried to win her back, of course, with grand gestures and promises to change. He told her she was throwing away something one of a kind, but she finally understood that a one-of-a-kind connection isn't worth a broken heart and a constant state of anxiety. A few months later, she met someone new. Let's call him David. David was different. He wasn't a whirlwind. He was a calm harbor. He was consistent. If he said he'd call at 8, he called at 7:59. He didn't make her feel like a character in a movie. He made her feel like a partner in his life. At first, Sarah found the calmness unsettling. She was so used to the drama. The chase. Was this boring? But then she realized what she was feeling wasn't boredom, it was peace. It was the feeling of her nervous system finally being able to relax. It was the simple, profound comfort of knowing she was with someone she could count on. She didn't feel special in the way Mark made her feel like a rare gem on display. With David, she felt valued for who she truly was. She felt safe, and she discovered that feeling safe was a much deeper, more sustainable kind of love. It was a love that didn't require her to sacrifice her sanity. Mark and Sarah's story isn't just a drama, it's a lesson. A lesson for anyone who has ever found themselves waiting, wondering, and making excuses for someone's behavior. The thrill of being put on a pedestal is tempting, but it's often a long way down. True love isn't about grand, dramatic gestures that cover up a lack of integrity. It's about the small, consistent acts of honesty, respect, and reliability. It's about choosing the person who makes you feel safe, not just the one who makes you feel special. Because in the end, safety is where real love can truly grow. What do you think? Have you ever had to choose between feeling special and feeling safe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content like this. See you in the next video.